What is up? Today we are going to talk about how you can avoid confusion about what marketing strategies to employ. I get so many questions by people who are so confused about what they should be doing because they see so much different conflicting advice. They see lots of people doing all kinds of different things and they try to employ too many things, or they're just completely confused about what to do and don't even know where to start. So if this sounds like you, today's video is for you. I'm Lori Reeves, founder and CEO of Brand Strength. I break down brand building concepts into bite-sized chunks that are fun and relatable so that you can put them to use and build a brand that makes a huge impact. So today I'm going to share with you a tip that I've used myself and have offered to some of my clients to use as well when I've seen that they're in confusion. Because we're service-related entrepreneurs, we give a service, we want to be of service and help people. We have that service mindset in a lot of the things that we're doing. But then we turn around and we try to do marketing and we get into a receiving mindset because we're trying to get people to hire us. Well, when you do that, when you switch your motivation from one thing to another, your brain can feel confused because it's not the same thing, right? Giving is the opposite of receiving, but it's a very different motivation. And when you're thinking about giving versus receiving, it's a lot different in your brain than when you're thinking about receiving versus giving. So one of the things that I love to tell my clients to do, and that I like to remind myself about as well, because I'm not immune to this. Sometimes I spin in confusion and feel like I don't know what I should be doing in my marketing. But when I come back to service and being of service and being helpful, it makes me remember exactly what I want to do. Another thing that I tell people to is think about how you want to feel while you're doing what you're doing. This moves your brain into a different realm. And when you're thinking about, okay, I want to feel helpful, what would I do in order to feel helpful? Then you basically know exactly what to do. So if you can answer the question for yourself, how do I want to feel as I'm providing this information to my clients? Or how do I want to feel today? How do I want to feel as a business owner, as a service provider? When you know how you want to feel, your brain easily comes up with ideas of what you can do to feel that way. Now, a lot of times this also remains confusing because as an entrepreneur, you are in it to help people and to make money, to give and to receive. I get it. So if this causes confusion to give and receive and to try to do both things, what do you do then? Here's my simple trick. Figure out how many clients it would take to meet your revenue goals. Okay, do that as a separate exercise. So you're going to figure out how many clients you need to serve to meet your revenue goals, and then you put that revenue goal aside and what you're expecting to receive aside, and you focus on serving that number of people. Then you're constantly in service mode. You don't have to switch and go, okay, I want to provide service, but I want to make sure somebody wants to hire me. How do I do both? You can just be focused on serving. And when you do that, when you show up with a heart full of service and wanting to just be in service to the people that you want to serve, you show up in a very different way. And I promise you, people can feel that. We have a sixth sense about ourselves. Like when somebody shows up and they're saying something to you, but you feel like they're trying to manipulate you or get you to do something, even if you can't put your finger on it, even if you couldn't name, like, this is what's happening in my head, you feel it in your body. You can feel that there's something that's not aligned. It just doesn't quite add up, and that does not equal you moving forward and wanting to hire that person. But when you engage with somebody who is all about service, all about giving as much as they can give, then you just want to give back to them because they've given you so much. So if you can just figure out how many clients it would equal for you to serve as well as you can to reach your revenue goals and then just stop thinking about that and focus on that number of clients that you need to serve, you are going to show up serving people and serving people and serving people and not even thinking about what am I going to get, what am I going to get, what am I going to get. Now, it's important for you to track your numbers as well, because if you don't have any numbers tracked, it's going to be impossible for you to know how much you need to serve before you receive anything, okay? So if you don't know these numbers at all, if you have no idea how many conversations you need to have or how many posts you need to put on social media that turn into a conversation, that turn into a consult or a discovery call, that turn into a client, it's going to be really hard for you to understand exactly how much you need to serve, how much value you need to put out into the world before you can receive value back. So I would like to urge you to start tracking what you're doing. Track how many posts you're posting. Track how many people comment. Track how many of those comments turn into a conversation that you're having with them, either in the comments or if you've moved it to a messenger conversation or some kind of other one-on-one interaction, so that you can start seeing exactly how much you need to put out before you can expect to receive something back. It's probably going to look like about 10 times what you think it's going to take in order to receive back what you want. So in order to do that, you have to put tons and tons of value out into your community. And the way to do that is by focusing on serving and giving instead of receiving. If you can get yourself into that mindset of constantly serving, constantly giving, how can I give more? How can I serve more? How much more value can I put into the marketplace? It will eventually reap the rewards. It's like you putting money into a bank and then being able to withdraw at some point. But you have to put enough money into the bank. You have to put enough value into the bank. And I learned that concept from my mentor, Stacy. She always talks about the value bank. How much have you put into your value bank? Because if you haven't put 10 times the value that you expect to receive out, you need to just keep giving value. But again, it can be hard to do that if you're focused on what you have or have not received. So just, again, put that aside. Know your numbers, serve as much as you can, and watch all that service come back to you once you've put enough value out into the world. I hope this was helpful for you. I want you to kill it. I want you to put so much value out there that people are like, what? I get so much from this person. Oh my God, I need to hire them so that I can pay them back. That's what I want for you. I want you to build a business that changes other people's lives and changes your life because of the amount of money that it brings you. This is what I want for you. So if this video was helpful for you, give it a like, subscribe to my channel so that you get notifications when I release new videos all the time, and I hope to see you back here next week.